Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mining Now. We are filming episodes here at PDAC. We're doing 14, all different types of companies with all different types of leaders and people in the industry that have a very wide range of knowledge. So today we're going to be talking with Diemme Filtration, headquartered in Italy. They're a leader in solid liquid separation technology. We're going to have Andrea Pezzi on. He is the Director of Marketing and Communications at Diemme. They've got some amazing units. We're going to actually, they've done something really cool. They've taken so many of their units and made these 3D videos of them. So we're actually going to be able to bring them up while we're talking. We're going to talk a little bit of R&D first. We're going to talk about their monitoring systems and kind of get into the company. Andrea, welcome to the show. Great to have you here.
Thank you, Gerald. Such a great introduction. I hope I'm going to do a good performance.
Well, we've talked a couple of times, so I think it's going to go well because we've got a lot to cover. Can you give us that snapshot? We've got a lot of stuff to cover here, and it's important. And it's important stuff. It's one of these things. You're one of these companies. You don't want to kind of leave things out. Or you kind of miss a whole section of it.
So, right.
Can you give us the overview of the company?
Sure. Diemme Filtration is headquartered in Italy, in Lugo. It's in the northern part of the country near Bologna, and it's a company, I would say, with a long experience only in the filtration. I think it's over 50 years that we are involved in different type of application, different industries, and in particular we focused in the pressure filter or filter presses, as you want to call, and in the last 20-25 years, we realized that one of the biggest industries is mining. And so that's why we are at the mining show involved in discussions with many type of big players for big projects.
So I want to get into the actual machinery because I think it's going to be so important for the audience to see. They're magnificent units. I think the R&D and the lab side is where we should start first. So can you just walk us through that part of the company?
Absolutely. That's one of the most important part of the company indeed, because in order to come to such a big and magnificent equipment, you need to study well in advance. And that's why our lab team, our R&D engineers come into play. Specifically, whenever it's possible, we ask our clients to involve us with testing of representative samples. So those thickening and filtration tests that we can make will enable us immediately to get into the real solution and system for our client. If the sample cannot travel to our lab in Italy, we also have our team available to travel to the site and work hand in hand.
Globally?
Globally.
Yeah.
We have even already some established lab facilities in some countries, for example, in North America and Latin America, Australia, South Africa. We have some of the bench units available there, so only our technicians can travel and be with the client starting immediately to collect the right information for the sizing and the design of the industrial equipment.
So you said that there's a huge focus on mining. And again, we're going to get into the actual units themselves. Sure. But what percentage of your business would be mining, and then what would the other side be?
Well, in these days, I would say that mining is approximately 80-85% of our business.
Oh, so huge.
Huge. It changes over the years where we found this portion becoming bigger and bigger. There is a big demand, as you can imagine, in terms of tailings projects. Big capacity tailings projects are, making this portion quite significant. But we have also experience in many other industries. All over the years, we become very important leader in chemical business, in oil and gas, pharmaceutical, food, and basically, given to our approach on customizing our systems, well, there are no limits. We can play an important role in many activities.
So what would be a range, starting off with the units, what would be a range of size and scale that you would go as low as, and I mean, I guess high as is really as many units as you need, right?
Well, it's a wide range in terms of sizes, because we start with little units with the 500 by 500 millimeter plates. I call it the little kid. And we go up to the big boy, which is the 5 meter by 5 meter plate filter press. and of course everything in the middle. So 800 by 800, 1000 by 800, and by 1000, and so on. So very huge variety of sizes and models in our product portfolio.
Does it change? Do the sizes change depending on the culture of mining? And I'll clarify what I mean by that. Is that, let's say in Canada, there's more startup of large production. A mine takes a long time to get going. When it does get going, they're pretty much going full scale. You go into Australia, they'll sort of scale up their production over time. It's a little bit of a difference in approach. The only reason I know that is from doing all these interviews.
Right.
So do you see, does it vary from country to country, or is it mine to mine? I mean, or everything in between?
I think it's a kind of approach, and it's not really related to a geographic area.
No.
It's more a client who wants to approach a new project in a way or another. I'm giving you this example. We approached some clients in different areas in New Caledonia, in Latin America, where instead of going to the full-scale capacity, the client wanted to run a pilot for maybe the first couple of years.
Right.
So despite the size, we supplied one unit 5 meter by 5 meter as a pilot in order to prove and validate that technology and then extend with the additional lines in the future. So, for example, there are sometimes cases where we supply immediately 5, 6 filtration lines, size 2 meter by 2 meter units, 2.5 by 2.5. So it's more a kind of client approach rather than geographic.
Right, there's not sort of a way that you kind of know Canada's going to approach it, Australia. It varies.
Yes.
Yeah, by mine. Where would be the scenarios of the smaller filters, though, the filtration systems? Why would they not go just with a 5 meter right off it would be infrastructure limits? What would be the example of it?
Yeah, it's a combination of different factors, and again, even in this case, every situation might be different from another. So when you have a capacity which is in the range of 50,000-60,000 tons per day of tailings, it's quite possible that the client is oriented for big units like 5 meter by 5 meter units.
Right.
When the capacity is lower, maybe the cost of ownership, mixing capex, opex of little smaller units might be winning in that case, so they go with 2.5 by 2.5 or 2 meter by 2 meter. But it's quite common nowadays that clients, before taking a decision, are going through a trade-off study between different sizes.
Right.
And then they decide what is more convenient from many points of view, also logistic point of view.
Logistics, remote areas, all that sort of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our heavy industry tour brought to you by Savannah Equipment, supplying mining equipment worldwide, and Corporate Traveler Canada, helping companies travel the globe simpler, faster, and easier. We are heading to events across North America, Africa, and Australia, and filming episodes on location. Email us at info@crownsman.com to be part of Crownsman's Heavy Industry World Tour. At OIM Consulting, they drive profitability by building your supervisory capability. They equip the people who carry your culture, engage your teams, and ensure that daily targets are achieved. If you want measurable operational results, visit oimconsulting.com. Analyze, improve, sustain. Your trusted partner of choice, Bestech Engineering, is excited to announce that they have acquired Spencer Engineering. This allows Bestech to add mine hoist expertise to their existing suite of services, including mining, power, electrical, instrumentation and automation, mechanical, and structural divisions. This diversification will offer clients the highest level of service and value for their projects. Don't miss out on this exciting new chapter of engineering excellence. Reach out today at besttech@besttech.com to learn how Bestech can help you. The CIM 2023 Convention and Expo is coming to Montreal from April 30th to May 3rd, so join us in recognizing your peers at the annual CIM Awards Gala. This year is extra special because CIM is celebrating its 125th anniversary. There will be special programming and perks for exhibitors and attendees alike. Registration is now open and tickets sell out fast, so visit CIM.org to register now for short courses and explore sponsorship opportunities.
Okay, let's highlight a couple models. Where would you like to start? If you wanted to just kick off with one model.
Well, the most sold unit, the best seller is now the GHTF, where...
The GHTF?
Yes.
So is that this line here?
It's this line where the GST F stands for fast. And fast is something that we needed to have in our equipment because approaching applications like mineral concentrates filtration or fast filtration tailings, any possibility to reduce technical times means that the filter press, who is working on a batch basis with cycles, it can work with an higher capacity. So that is what we specifically designed to go with the high production, heavy duty, fast cycles that you can repeat 24 hours per day.
And then what would it be like, so that's, so the GTF, now what would be the difference from the GTF to the GHTP I see here?
Yeah, the GSTP is having some characteristic of the F, meaning that we have the 4 cylinders pull to close, which is a design enabling reliability cycle after cycle. But the F is opening the plates, we say accordion style, so in a kind of simultaneous opening. The P is moving plate after plate with a kind of system that we call the carousel. And in that case, let's say we are using that model when the cycle time can be even a little bit longer. But even the GHTP is one of the, let's say, most used models in the mining industry.
That's a full-scale model.
It's a full scale, up to 2.5 or 2.5 meter plate size.
So a large mine, how many units of either one of the GHTF or the GHTP? How many units? Like I'm seeing some pictures in that video. This picture of the picture of the GHT 2500F has looks like just 2 units. The other one though, the GHT 2500P, there looks like there's
I mean 7
units.
Yeah.
So would that be a huge production, or is that not even as big as they would go?
Well, it's a huge production.
Yeah.
And this it's an installation that we have in Australia in red mud filtration, which is, by the way, one of the industries where we have the largest amount of references. So I think the red mud is one of the most important applications for us. But sometimes even the GSTF is common to deliver in groups of 5, 6. Recently, we are assembling a plant in New Caledonia where we have 9 of these units.
9.
I think so far it should be one of the largest tailings installations with the capacity of more than 30,000
Wow, that's amazing.
tons per day. Yes, it's amazing.
And again, I love that you have pictures and videos and stuff, because it's even if the audience knows it, it's just not the same if you can actually, like, people right now are like, they're seeing it coming up from the screen and they're knowing what you're talking about. The ME2000, where does that fall into things?
The ME2000 is a unit that we developed for some tailings application, maybe with a medium duty. Because sometimes we see that there are some applications where the capacity might be something like 2,000-3,000 tons per day, and the client is ready to invest, but not such a huge amount of capital equipment. And the ME2000 fits exactly in that segment of the market where, you know, you have automation, you have a simultaneous opening, so high duty, but heavy duty, but at the same time trying to minimize the capital expenditure
of that unit. With that unit. And then let's just quickly go. So you've got the the GH2P.
Yeah, this is the GST2000 is in the family of the GSTP that we mentioned before, but in particular this model is used other than in mining, also in the quarry business, in the aggregates industry, where where the clients are there is the production of sand and gravel, and the washing is generating little fine.
So is this like not more heavy duty, but like more for like abrasive material then?
It could be for abrasive material, but also some silty, slurry, where the fine particles takes a little while for filtration. So this is performing very well with the silty material in the quarry industries, and we have variety of references all over the world of these models in operation.
So that would be, this would be then an example of the other 20%, because it's not technically it's in the aggregate space. Or do you consider it still in the mining space?
It's a kind of a borderline. Sometimes it could fall still in the mining, sometimes not. It depends on the final product of the quarry.
You had one other, let me just see here. I wanted to get, so we already talked about the GHT, but now there's a domino.
Oh,
so the GHT-F domino.
Yes, you are bringing on the field our big boy. So this is the unit, the largest filter press in the world. It's a model deriving from the GHT-F line that we presented before, but of course we became to the next level, so to the 5 meter by 5 meter size. There is no one having this model available now in the market because it's the largest that is available. The size of the plate is 5 meter by 5 meter. It can have a total volume of 71 cubic meters, total filtration volume, and the surface which is almost 3,000 square meters.
Wow.
That is a consequence of our approach to the market. We started before talking about the lab.
Yeah.
Working hand in hand with clients. So listening to the needs of our clients, we found in the recent 5-6 years that the capacity of the tailings installations were becoming higher and higher.
Right.
And there was a need of the clients to reduce the filtration lines. So instead of going with, I don't know, 35 lines of 2.5 by 2.5 units, they wanted to reduce it. Maybe going only with 7, 8, or 10 lines of 5 meter by 5 meter.
Yeah.
So we were able, not only with the lab people, but with our mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, to design and develop this domino, which is a name.
Tell you're very proud of it.
Yeah, we are really proud, yes, because we launched this with a big event on November 2021 in a kind of live stream online, and it was a success.
I want to, just because I want to get everything covered here.
Right.
Okay, I want to get into, I think it's called AIDA.
Oh, yes.
And before, I just want to touch on, because we've touched so much about the filters, but you also do thickeners, right?
We do thickness, yes.
Is it a big, I mean, you do some big units. I saw on your website. I mean, some of these are massive thickeners.
Yeah,
so
we have different models of different sizes, again, customized according to the needs. And we found this very important because the filter press is coming right after thickening application. So we found that sometimes having the combination of the package with the thickener and filter press is optimizing the overall performance of the system.
Right.
So we have this available in the market, and some of these are installed in US, some of this in Eastern Europe, in Latin America. So it's a growing business as well.
AIDA.
AIDA is not the future, is already the present.
Yeah.
Because it's a new approach to the market. It's no longer a product. So we are talking about a service now. Our company used to do business only with products, systems, and Domino is, of course, the latest innovation. But even AIDA is now something revolutionary because it's a service to have a real-time monitoring of the systems that we have installed all over the world, and sometimes in really remote areas.
Yes.
For example, the first Domino that is now in operation in Peru, in a copper mine, is equipped with AIDA. So consider that we are accumulating data in our company, where we have a team who is analyzing this data, monitoring this data, and providing feedback to the client in order to prevent issues, to optimize the cycle time, to monitor the KPIs. So it's a kind of technology with the IIoT, artificial intelligence, bringing data to us and our team, so there will be still a human touch, will give back to the client the value of something that is taken care of and optimized with the I would say 365 days per year service.
Right. It's sort of bringing that R&D side and bringing it around to it's right through now. Right.
Yes.
with all that technology.
R&D, process expertise, and we have a data scientist now in the team that you couldn't imagine maybe 10 years ago to have a data scientist in our company. Now this team is a combination of expertise and these people will be involved in servicing clients all over the world.
I'm going to get the last question I wanted to ask you about was just your growth. I think, are you opening a new manufacturing plant as well?
Yeah, beside our existing facility, we are now full speed manufacturing, creating a new facility. So we are doubling the capacity of our factory with the new facility just beside the existing one. And the plans are to be up and running by end of third quarter 2023. So there is a lot of excitement.
To punch out all those dominoes.
Oh yeah. All the dominoes, you know, there is a big demand of this and we need to be ready to serve the market when they need it. So that's why we reacted in this way.
It's very exciting. And Andrea, we connected online and now we're here actually in person. So yeah, thank you for doing the show. I hope this is not the last time we get to do this and we get great results from it for you.
Gero, it was a pleasure talking about our company, our products, and our services. And, you know, I would go ahead for weeks.
No, there's so much to cover, and I just tried to get through it as much of it as we could. I know there's a lot more to talk about, but this was, I feel like, a great sort of setup for the audience.
Sure,
so thank you.
And I wish that the audience will continue to follow us on our media. And, well, hopefully we will have something good happening together. So thank you, Gero. Thank you very much.
And thank you to the audience for watching. We will, of course, have plenty of links and everything for you. We will see you on the next episode of Mining Now.